next Sunday. I would like to speak with you about, well, how to deal with people who are struggling against you. You see, we go through life, with a few friends and oftentimes a grand load of indifference. But every once in a while we have people who are downright working against us. In the modern parlance of the entertainment industry, the haters. You can call them many things, but they're people who are looking to drag you down. And there's a number of reasons why they may have a distaste for you. I mean, it could be anything from an old grudge, it could be jealousy over your success and their non-success, it could be some chemical imbalance. There's a number of reasons. But you can't worry about that, right? I mean, you can't really, at least in the moment, control people. But what you can do is control the circumstances within your reach. And so it's a matter of how you deal with it. I know many people who feel that life is trampling on them, and on top of that they have many people working against them. And we have to be able to let go of that. We have to be able to look beyond that. And it's much easier said than done. It's not an easy task. I tend to have a bit of an emotional disconnect. It's something I actively work on. I prize emotional disconnectedness. I think that, at least for me, and I think for the majority of people, it is best to really compartmentalize the emotions so that they can be funneled into the appropriate channels. But every once in a while, it's not going to happen. I mean, I certainly just get pissed off at things. Some things just wear on me. Little tiny things just wear on me. That's why I do my petty rants, which I'm due for a few. But there are constructive ways to go about handling this. One, I would say, is first take control of your emotions. And the way you do this, of course, is take control of your body and your mind. And you do this through breathing, deep exhalations. And I say exhalations for a reason. Your exhale increases the quality of increases the quality of oxygen absorption. So it's a strange thing, but it's true. But breathe and breathe out. Exhale, if you want to put a slightly psychotherapy approach to it, exhale the bad emotions. Just breathe. Step back and breathe. Now, beyond that, you can go through some cathartic type exercises or just activities. For me, if I get depressed or a little upset, it helps me immensely to just jam out on my guitar. I do well with with sparring. Now, for the most of you, I don't recommend sparring when you're in a bad mood because you're liable to hurt somebody or get yourself hurt. If you have good control over that emotional disconnect and have compartmentalized things, then you will be able to go through that cathartic purge without letting it spill into your sparring partner or allowing yourself to get hurt. Yesterday I walked to the movie theater and on the half-hour walk, and I had my earbuds in and I was just singing at the top of my lungs, and listening to Iced Earth. It's a lot of notes I can't hit or anything, so I'm sure I sounded awful. But there's something about that, it's that exhale again, right? When you're singing, it's a lot of exhaling and not very much inhaling. So not only was I making noise and kind of getting out some, pent up angst or whatever, but I was breathing as well. It's a compound motion. If you can or like to sing, I say do it. Dancing, even if it's not regular dancing. Do you know South Pacific Islander haka? Do that. Stomping around and making noise, even if it's not a dance, is awesome. But what I would suggest is your cathartic activity should be something that does not require a lot of fine detail and attention. Something that is more primal, gross motor skill. I say playing guitar, but when I play guitar, I'm just like chugging along power chords and ripping up ridiculous solos that have no form or function and sound like shit. But it's just part of how I get it all out. So I recommend you find something very cathartic. Cathartic means just emotionally purging. Now, if you want to take it one step further, I would really, truly recommend you spend some time in meditation. I would recommend you spend some time in introspection and deep thought. I would recommend taking a walk daily, just a couple walks daily, and just center yourself and start thinking about where your emotions belong. If something is not a direct threat to you, there is no need to get angry or feel fear. If something does not directly affect your life in a negative manner, there's not really a reason to be sad. And conversely, happy emotions, can lead to mania. It can be overflowingly, bubbly, and it actually is damaging. Too much of anything is bad. So you can start thinking of, do I need to react so ecstatically to these things? Is everything really so amazing? Just take into consideration where your emotions belong. And the more you reflect on this, the more you think about it, the more you're going to drag those feelings up and start taking them, kind of by the hair, and going, you go over here, because you're affecting me in a way that I don't like right now. So I'm going to put you over here, and you can only come out when I tell you to. It's a very, very important thing, I think, to allow us to maintain our sanity, to allow us to maintain a smooth flow through society, and just overall to experience life fully and wholly and honestly. And I say honestly for a reason, because the stronger your emotional reaction to things, the more it taints your experience. Earlier today I was in the briefest of arguments over Carl Jung, a man who certainly contributed much to the world of psychology, but his work through religion and spirituality and the occult and his thesis on collective unconscious, it's a bunch of hokum, and it bugs me that a man so entrenched in hokum is so revered. But because apparently that wasn't good enough for the argument, I reacted emotionally. I said, well, I hate Carl Jung because of it. Well, do I? Well, probably not. But I disapprove of adding unsubstantiated hokum into something that should be very analytical. You may not have that same distaste, and that's fine. That's fine. We're different people. But you see, even I, despite the fact that I have a very disconnected set of emotions, I still am reactive, and it's something that I'm working on, and I would urge you to work on. That's about all I've got for you tonight. I just want you to start experiencing life more fully and honestly, and don't let past experiences taint you quite as much as they have. So I'll talk to you guys next week, and stick around for my other videos. Good journey.